Elijah Wright from the Seattle Seahawks, and you're watching NorbFam.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Hawks Real Talk. I'm NorbFam, your host, and I'll be joined by my always special guests, Nick LaBow and Sky High Aviation. Sky High Aviation is currently putting together the film clips that we're going to look at to review this amazing Monday night victory, which I'm so excited. It's been a long time, right? We haven't had a victory in like a month. So it's finally good to talk about something positive for a change after that nasty stretch of 4 losses in a row. Couldn't have come at a better time. But appreciate you guys being on here. If you're new to the channel, would love it if you would hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you won't miss any upcoming episodes in the future. Let me bring in... Let's see, Mr. Nick LaBow, because he's ready to chat here and want to connect with him. Nick, you were at the game, right?
No, I wasn't. I was sick.
Oh, you missed it too?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I know.
Oh, man.
When I watched it, I was like, man, how did I miss this?
Okay, so you and I both missed the game of the year, at least so far, the game of the year. It probably won't be the game of the year, at least at home. Yeah. We need to get the bad luck guys out of the building, apparently. But so you were sick. I was gone. For those of you who don't know, I've been mentioning this in advance, but I knew I wasn't going to make this game because I had a cousin who got married in Jamaica, man, on that same weekend. I had to go. I couldn't miss it. It was a family thing, and so we were gone the whole weekend, and we got back Monday night, but not in time for the game. So I was able to watch the game from inside the airplane. This is a picture right here. This is my view right after the win. You can see Drew Lock getting interviewed right there. So I was like right after the win. There were a bunch of people on the plane watching. They're all like, yeah! They're all like clapping. The people who don't care about the Seahawks were like, what's wrong with these people? So it was pretty awesome to have that moment. Even if I couldn't be there live, as much as it was killing me not to be there, what a great moment for the Seahawks, for the 12s. I mean, it was such a great game, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
So were you watching it live, though? I know you couldn't be in the stadium.
Yes.
Were you able to watch it? Okay,
yeah.
good.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course I was watching it live. And, I mean, man, that was, like you kind of said earlier, I mean, we haven't seen a win in a month. Well, from a flip side of that, when was the last time we saw a game-winning drive? I mean, we had a couple failed ones this year, but
we had the one. Yeah, well, that was
kind of more.
That was a field goal winning drive of the Commanders, and the last one, ironically or coincidentally enough, JSN was the one who had the last touchdown, I think, on the previous game-winning drive. JSN with the bubble screen on the left side. So yeah, that had been a minute since we had one. So
felt good.
So badly needed, like a man dying of starvation and dehydration in the desert. This was like finding an oasis in the middle of the desert. It was so badly needed, but it was cool to see the 12s stepping up, going crazy. The stadium, I could hear it through my headphones as I was watching. It sounded like the place was rocking, and just like the old times, on prime time. It was just great to see because when I read that this game turned out to be like. I think one of the most watched Week 15 Monday Night Football games since like the mid 2000s. So I mean, it was very much like old times, primetime Seahawks. And what a way to make a statement, right? With the whole world expecting us to lose. I mean, I don't know, call it conspiracy or call it just good karma, but the flexing the game to Monday night, what a brilliant move by the NFL, right? Everyone's like, oh my God, why did they put we're going to be great. Now we're going to be embarrassed in front of the whole country. Oh, it's a pain. Now I can't make it. I had plans on Monday. Now I can't go to the game. It's like, well, I couldn't make it either, but damn, was I happy about that one. That was so awesome.
No, yeah, I mean, and the Seahawks really under Pete Carroll, other than Thanksgiving, but they really do show out on prime time and make it good games. So the NFL, I think they know that. They're smart on that.
Well, they put up a good one against the Cowboys, right? I mean, that was another down to the wire. We should have won that game. Would have been another primetime win that we just didn't close it, didn't finish it. And, of course, we got smoked by the 49ers on Thanksgiving. So, but, we were in that game. It wasn't like we got blown out from the start. It was like, we had our moments of kind of making it close, but
absolutely,
yeah, it was nice to have this one for sure to leave a better taste. And really now, this is kind of when you need to get hot, right? At this point in the game, with at that point 4 games left, I mean, you got to win now. Backs to the wall, and now with the kind of the quote easier part of the schedule coming up, they're in a very good position. I'm going to say these are 3 easy wins because, as we know, there is no such thing as an easy win, but 3 teams that they have a very good chance at taking the next 3 and getting themselves into the playoffs, which looked very bleak about a week ago.
Well, Norb, I don't know if you saw, and stats like this are kind of iffy, but before the game, I saw a stat. It was like if the Seahawks lose to the Eagles, 10% shot at making the playoffs, and if they win, it was like 50 or so. So that I think goes to show how big of a game this was. And I mean, it doesn't take the stat to show that. You just look at the records and, you could see that it was a huge game. So really coming up big in those clutch moments, and a clutch moment inside of a clutch moment with that JSN game-winning touchdown. So no, it was super important, and we got it done.
There's a comment here by Fei Wu Huang saying, we finally found our franchise QB in Drew Lock. Let's hold our horses there on the franchise QB stuff, all right? He had a great night. I'm not going to take that away, but he really had a great last 2 minutes. If we really want to be real about it, the first 3.5 quarters, he was okay to pretty good, but he wasn't fantastic. He was just unbelievable in the last 2 minutes. And like he made up for his mediocrity of the first 3.5 quarters in a 2-minute drive, which, by the way, he could have been picked off 3 different times.
Exactly.
By this much. And does it seem like that this has been that year? Like, I was looking back again. I always go back to those games that we should have won. And I torture myself doing it. I don't know why I do it, but I do it. We had 3 games we should have won. Right? They say you are what your record says you are, but I don't think we are what our record is. I think we're a game or 2 better than that. And really, because there are 3 games that on one play, and we win one of those 3 games.
Yeah.
And so most likely, let's say we would have won 2 of them and maybe lost 2 of them. So I think we would have been probably more like 9 and what are we at, 7-7 right now? Probably more like an 8-16. Maybe give them a benefit, a 9 and 5. But theoretically, if we had done what we did on Monday night, where we made the plays, we had luck go our way, right, to not get picked off and to get those plays that had to happen. We had luck and everything go our way. Even like the catch by JSN, that ball was kind of squirming around to the very really last second. Wow. But he controlled it and got the knee down. I think that was the key, is that he controlled it, then the knee touched. So one knee equals 2 feet. So
the Julian Love interception too. Did you see that toe tap? I mean, there's skill, but there's also luck.
There was one angle. It's kind of like the reverse back view, and you look at it, it's like that toe kind of just hovers. Yeah. It's weird because it does like a little, it's almost like it springs off. It doesn't go like,
but it's so minute you can't even tell.
Right.
It wouldn't be enough to reverse it.
Well, and that's the thing. If the call on the field had been incomplete, they might not have been enough to flip it the other way. So fortunately, the refs were looking in our favor. And then just to go back to the whole by the minute things, if Kelsey, the center, dodoesn't get that false start at the 1 yard line, they score that touchdown. And then instead of being a 4-point lead, it's with that drive at 2 minutes, it's an 8-point game. And then we're best tying the game with that touchdown by JSN. So it's again, that's how the Seahawks play, right? We're never blowing anybody out. It's always like right in that narrow, just on the other side of the razor. And we've just I felt like the more unlucky side of the razor this year than the lucky side. On Monday we were lucky.
No doubt. I feel like too, though, what's really encouraging is even looking at all the games we've lost, we've hung with good teams. Dallas, San Francisco, that second game. Even there was a point in the first San Francisco game where it's like, okay, we're only down like 2 scores. We could do it, and then we kind of floundered. Cincinnati.
Should have won that game.
We should have. But no, we certainly are. I think we're a dangerous team. Say we get into the playoffs, We go to a Detroit. We go to a Philadelphia. We go to a Dallas. Teams we've seen before and teams that we kind of have played well and matched up against. I think we could pull off a win.
Yeah, I agree. I actually want to play Dallas again. I mean,
I do too.
Let's face it, right? The team that's the team to beat this year is 49ers, right? I mean, I can't think of anyone really on both.
There's a reason I left them off.
Yeah, they play the Ravens next week, and everyone's like, oh, maybe the Ravens will be the team. If the Ravens can't put up a fight against the 49ers, and everyone's going, oh, so Super Bowl preview. If that game is ugly in the 49ers' favor, then I don't know who can beat the 49ers this year, really, honestly. I mean, unless some fluky injury or some fluky whatever happens. But right now, they're not just winning. We're winning by like this. They're winning like by this. I mean, let's be real, right? These guys are like steamrolling.
They're the real deal.
Yeah. So, hate or no hate, got to be real about what you're going up against. So no matter what, you got to just hope that we get in for one, and then we hope that the matchup, I don't know. We'll talk about the playoff matchups when Sky High is ready to go. But, what I want to do real quick, because Sky High's almost done with his stuff here. I want to play, hopefully I don't get in trouble with the NFL, but I'm going to play kind of a summary of the highlights of that Monday night game. Hopefully I don't get in trouble. Let's find out. All right, here we go. This is the run by the first touchdown by the Seahawks. Kenneth Walker busted outside with a convoy of Kobe Parkinson. Drew Lock with a block down the field for the touchdown. Tying the game at 10 apiece. Now, if I start coughing out of excitement, it's because I'm still battling sickness right now. There's Jalen Hurts going deep. And who's there to find the ball? It's not A.J. Brown. It's Julian Love, because we love what Love is doing back there. Gets the interception. Big play right there, because otherwise that would have been a 2-score game. Keeps it close. We do nothing with the following possession, but here they go. This could have won it for the Eagles on third down. He's buying time. Looking like Russell Wilson back there. Oh, yeah. I'm just glad they did not get this completion, because they did. The game would have been over. It's incomplete. Stops the clock. And the drive of the century comes here. Well, maybe not the century, but it was huge. It's Drew Lock to the slant to DK Metcalf. Wrestling with the ball, like, get off me. And then once again, when DK was hardly thrown too much of the game, he gets all his money right here. This is one of those near awesome.
That was.
Yeah, so good. So good. No, Sky High ready to join the show yet? She's still processing. He's good?
He's good.
Let's bring him on. What perfect timing. Let's bring Sky High Aviation. It's like... This is bringing the chili sauce to the soup right here. Here we go. Sky High Aviation back from his studies in North Dakota, back home. Where is home again for you?
Ohio, sadly.
Back in his home in Ohio from cold. Was it cold in North Dakota? I assume it's getting cold over there.
Yeah, it's cold there, but it's warmer here.
Okay.
I'm happy for that.
All right. Glad to see you back in your home domain. But where were you when you watched this game? Were you right there at home watching this?
Oh, I was in my basement. I was in my basement where we have the theater, and I was down there with my brother and my dad to start the game. My brother being, the non-Seahawks fan that he is. I watched the game with you. I'm so happy to have you home. He left at halftime saying, "This game sucks." Took off his jersey and went right upstairs to bed. My dad and I just watched the game. Usually it's my dad and I who are the biggest fans. We watched the game. My reaction to that JSN touchdown was kind of like up and down. I was on my hands and knees thanking the Lord, pounding the ground, saying, "Oh my God, he caught it. Yes." My dad was kind of just like sitting on the couch like, "Oh, he caught it. We won the game." I went to bed so happy. We're doing the Drew Lock celebration, walking to my bed. My brother wakes me up in the morning. He says, "Jose, we won? What? How?" And I'm like, I'm trying to sleep. It's like 6:30 in the morning. He's got school. I'm like, just leave me alone, man. Watch the game on yourself, you fake fan. But yeah, that was a most definite wild game. I'm so happy that we won, because now I get to be happy now, because obviously for football season, the result of the Seahawks game dictates my mental health for the remainder of the week until we play again. So, I'm in good spirits right now.
There's nothing better, because it's been so long. Again, it's been a month. But isn't there no better feeling than when you win a game, especially like this on a national stage, to just spend the whole week finding every video clip, every analyst, every article that talks about how great the Seahawks are. And, whether it's, gosh, what am I thinking about? Whether it's Sherman or KJ or on the national stage.
Sherm's a traitor. I'm sorry. That's
he was on the sideline. He was on the sideline with the Seahawks.
I know he was. I know he was, but you know,
he's talking
well,
about
because he's pro
thing.
49ers. Is that why?
Yeah.
You know, he's got a ring with both teams, right? Didn't he get a ring with the 49ers too? No, he never did. Oh, he was off them before they won.
See, Norb, if the Niners had won that 6th Super Bowl, they would have never let us hear the end of it, and they would have been like, "The quest for 6 actually happened." Right. Oh. Well, let's pretend that we don't punch our own fans and punch each other at our games and fight. I don't
know how, but I hope somebody finds a way to slow that machine down, because right now it looks like they're.
Watch it be Eagles Chiefs again in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, right. Watch, and then Purdy will get hurt again in the championship game.
This
time they're against the Seahawks. They'll be against the Seahawks.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh man.
I like where you're heading with that, Norm.
Well, you know, you got to stupidly blind and faithful to your team. Yeah. Some people were asking. I think probably late to this, so they're asking like, where did I come from? So again, I was. Coming from a wedding in Jamaica, flying back Monday night. So I was in the air when that game was taking place. So I was able to watch it live. I just couldn't be there in person for the first time. I can't remember the last time I missed a game. It's been a long while. So
via what airline? What airline? The official airline of the Seattle Seahawks.
That's right, Delta Airlines, baby. My wife's
Delta
airline.
Airlines.
That's right. Yep. And on top of that, the night before the long day of travel, I got sick. Sunday night was the last day there. Monday was the whole travel day. So I didn't sleep the entire night before because I had a fever. I had a headache. Body was aching. I mean, I was just miserable. So I couldn't sleep the whole night before.
You're in Jamaica, man.
Yeah, well, I had a great time up to that point. Then I just caught something the last day. I'm just glad I caught it at the end, not like at the beginning. So I didn't sleep the whole night before. And then we started leaving the hotel at 8 a.m. Eastern time. It was a 2-hour bus ride to the airport, and then a couple hours wait.
Wow.
Then about a 4-hour flight to Detroit, about another hour and a half wait. And you go through immigration and all that stuff.
That's
and then finally
day.
The 5-hour flight back to Seattle. I mean, and when you're sick, that is like the worst. I mean, I was like, I looked like a zombie, man. I was walking
Norm, I feel your pain because my family's down in Puerto Rico, and when we live in Seattle, it was a full day of travel. We used to leave, I think we would leave Seattle at midnight, red-eye flight, go to the East Coast somewhere, and we wouldn't end up there until maybe 4 p.m. that day. It is a full day of traveling like that. And Detroit's immigration facility is kind of creepy. It's underground and all that, and there's no windows whatsoever, and it's kind of scary.
You got to get all your luggage. You got to get all your baggage. So you get all your check-in bags, which you have a lot
recheck it.
And then you got to go through all this stuff. They scan everything, and then you got to recheck it back in. It just takes a while. Luckily, our connection wasn't too long, but it was just the waiting. It's just a long day. I didn't know if I was going to fly. I was dry heaving 45 minutes before we're supposed to check out. I'm like on the toilet. Nothing's coming out. I was hoping it would actually because I thought it might make me feel better. But you know when you just keep trying to throw up and nothing comes out? Ugh.
That's awful.
I was like, man, just get me through this day. Yeah, it was just not good. Not good. But I'm still battling it. You can probably tell I'm still a little plugged up. Coughing, so I'm trying to mute myself when I start coughing up here, but anyway, that didn't stop me from definitely watching the Seahawks win. Brought me some energy. I suddenly felt some life. I felt human again, and it made the last stretch of the flight a lot more exciting because 3 hours goes by fast. You're watching the Seahawks game, so it was fantastic. What's this?
Seattle can still win. I don't think so.
No, they've already clinched it.
I think San Francisco won the division.
San Francisco already got the division, so I've been clinched.
Oh, darn it.
San Francisco's like
even if I think what they're thinking is if we won out and they lost out by some weird thing of nature, the best we would do is be tied and they have the tiebreaker.
Maybe he's not wrong. You just go with the morbid one and you just say maybe the Niners stadium blows up or something like that. Then you get the division. Then they're like, well, who's second?
Plane
you get the
crashes.
division that one. That would be.
I always wonder that.
I always
I know
wonder,
it's like a terrible.
That's a terrible thought.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine the shockwaves that would go through the world if an entire team was wiped out from a bus accident or a plane? I mean,
that would just be
morbid as hell.
We are Marshall.
Addison Shavel with the $1 super chat. Thank you for the support. Appreciate
we're bad
it.
People, man.
We didn't suggest it. I'm just saying if Jack Attack, named for the past, from the East Coast over New York City. With the $4.99 super chat, Monday game was one of the greatest moments of my life. Yes, it was.
Tommy DeVito.
Yeah,
Tommy
DeVito. So awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a good question. Who are we rooting for tonight, Rams or Saints? I think we're rooting for the Saints.
Saints, yeah.
Because the Rams have the tiebreaker over us, and they're division rivals. So we need the Rams to finish worse than us. So the Saints could do us a solid right there if they can get a win today.
Yep.
We're going to get to these breakdowns real quick. I just want to get a couple comments in here. Gabriel from Mexico. ¿Cómo está? I want Drew to be the QB. The next game he's playing, he's better than Gino.
I don't like hearing that.
Well, we can have that discussion because as of right now, at least according to Pete Carroll, Gino will be the guy for the next game. So
he'll be the guy.
Drew Lock's fun to watch.
Unless he gets hurt.
Great.
Yeah, he was just amazing. It was like lightning struck. It's
kind of a weird
lightning
feeling.
in a bottle kind of thing.
I felt it the same way when Gino came in for us. It's kind of a different feeling, like when the backup comes in for a game. It's almost like a little exhilarating.
God, if
everybody loves the backup, right? Everybody for a moment. Everybody's because at some point everyone gets disenchanted with the starter, right? Because you lose a couple games. Oh man, he sucks. Get the backup in there. With always the assumption he'll do better.
I don't know if this
for
was
me. It wasn't that. I wasn't like one of these people who's like, oh, we need to bench Gino for Drew Lock. It was just kind of, oh, here now it's happening, and I don't know. It was just kind of a
and it was good. I mean, I know that he got his first like prep start against the 49ers last week, but come on, it's the Niners, right? Who was going to have a good start against them? But this was like, okay, he's prepped all week, but they still didn't know who was going to start to the very, 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 very last second, literally. And again, he was okay to pretty good. It felt like he was a solid game manager till the end, and then he became like a hero. And,
I will say there were through the broadcast multiple "Let's go Gino" chants on the broadcast. Let's go Gino, and they were loud. I mean, if they get through the broadcast, they get pretty loud throughout the stadium. So, I'm not gonna say fans were thrilled with Drew Lock in the game, but they definitely
because they could only because everybody who was clamoring to have Drew Lock start saw what he did when he got thrown in against the Rams, and that didn't go very well. Yeah. And then he started against the 49ers. That didn't go very well. So, again, everyone's got short-term memory. Like, oh, wait, Drew Lock started. No, he sucked. He's no good. So no one ever gives anybody the benefit of the doubt nor the idea that maybe somebody needs some preparation to see what they really can do. But
crazy Lock sexuals, if you ask me.
Yeah, but I think people don't understand here because we got people saying, but wait, the Saints are 7-7, and I'm cheering against the Saints. I'm no Saints fan, but I'm clearly not a Rams fan. But if you're pro Seahawks, you gotta root for the Saints to beat the Rams.
Yeah,
correct me if I'm wrong.
The tiebreaker.
Well, what's the Rams record? Like 6 wins?
No, they're 7-7. We're all even up.
So both teams are tied. So
but we have a tiebreaker over the Saints. We don't have a tiebreaker over the Rams. That's the difference.
You know what I will say? We're going to take a look at this during the machine at some point.
That's right. We're going to do an in-depth breakdown
we will see.
This game. And so we need to get going because that game is going to be played in less than an hour. So we better get to it. You ready to do this? All right. You ready? All right. So Sky High is going to give us his select choices of plays that made this win possible. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it. All right. This is the first play. It's the opening drive of what Eagles fans would thought would be the Jalen Hurts sit game. Leonard Williams, in my opinion, had a really big game along with our two safeties, who I was really impressed with. Leonard Williams, and you're going to see him really just bust through what appears to be Lane Johnson on the end, he actually ended up getting hurt at some point in this game. But this is a simple Eagles like to run this formation a lot. They like to run usually. Oh my gosh, this happened last time. They like to run seven-man fronts, especially with the two tight ends out on the corners. Usually either has a lead blocker or someone in motion. And that's exactly what they do. And I don't even know if Swift slips. But if he doesn't slip, Leonard Williams has got him. He breezes right past Lane Johnson, whose assignment is to sort of really chip him, get him out of the way, out of the play, so Swift can accelerate past him. But either way, Seahawks have this bottled up. It's a really smart, really good play. Yeah, flex and hit your chest. You deserve to do that. And you can see Seattle's sort of matching the Eagles' condensed look on this offensive line. They're matching it, showing their zone, and then
Draymond Jones just makes him
busting the play. Draymond Jones, who's also improved as well since moving to the edge. I think Pete Carroll tried a little experimenting, which is what he loves to do. And unfortunately, can you guys see my pen on this screen here?
No.
That's weird. It says it should be showing. Okay. Oh, we'll figure that out. But yeah, that is something that I was overall impressed with. Yes. Norb, are you there? Norb's been real quiet.
I'm here. You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm here. I muted myself because I was coughing, but I'm good now.
Oh, all right. Let's take a trip to play 2. Flavor Town. We'll watch this one out here. This screen really doesn't get perfectly read by Seattle, but it also doesn't get perfectly played by Philadelphia. And I really want my freaking pen to work. That's because I'm sharing the screen wrong. We'll just use my cursor.
Just use your mouse. We can follow your mouse arrow.
So as you can see here, A.J. Brown's lined up, and his job essentially is to go right out and block. And he kind of fails at the same thing with screen blocking, similar with the DK, which is why we've got Bobo out there. And usually when we have screens, to either him receive it, he's waiting. And by the time this ball is thrown, it allows Michael Jackson to crack down on this play and to really break it down. At that point, A.J. Brown's
You're getting the backup coming in too, kind of. Artie Burns, Wagner, they all start to notice.
Exactly. So you're allowing this play to take too long to develop. We saw this happen in multiple times with DK. We saw this happen in the wild card in 2020 when Russell threw that stupid pick. But Smith goes out of his way to make this great catch. I don't know where Michael Jackson's going. But instead, he ends up tripping him up. Artie Burns comes up, who I thought had a really good game, makes that tackle. We'll get another quick look at it here. I don't know. It seems real choppy on your guys' end too. I don't know.
It does seem choppy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Usually smoother than this.
I want to stop. Let me stop sharing real quick. And then let me present.
No problem. Did I blow my nose on camera just a bit ago?
I have no clue.
Or did I mute myself? So. Okay, I was trying to.
Muted.
I'm trying to be like cognizant of it, but I looked.
Try again, Norb.
Wait, I did. Try what? Blowing my nose?
Again. No, not
show
that.
the screen.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
So
there you go. There's the pen. And is it smoother now? Is it smoother?
I have no clue at this point.
I think it looks like it's play.
Look at that. There you go.
Well, yeah, it's smoother. It's smoother.
It's much better. All right. Well, let's haul ass to the next play. This is I think this is I had these plays memorized, and then I can't. It's a screen or a shovel, actually, of some sort. Jalen Hurts is gonna watch this one. He's gonna do the read option, which you saw was evident. He's gonna bounce it out, and I think this is just a play that Seattle probably saw on film, and is a look that's really predictable. And I think part of Philly's problem is their plays have become extremely predictable. We saw CMC predict the play on the Manning cast. I actually called that play out too. Saying, hey, it's going to be a QB draw of some sort with a lead blocker. And that's exactly what happens here, right? You see Seattle likes to use those bunches up on the high set. And I mean, Dallas Goedert's a big dude, but Trey Brown's an even better tackler. So that's a really good play of staying to your assignment, not overcommitting, because right. Who knows? With the way that the Seahawks team has looked, there's a chance that everybody could have cracked down on Hurts thinking that he was going to run it. But everybody stayed. Trey Brown went above and beyond here, and he stayed true to his zone. He stayed true to his assignment, which is what, made this play work and made it successful, right? He stayed in this area. It felt like
the Seahawks were just better. It seemed like they're just better prepared in this game. Like they didn't just fall for the tricks, right? Like you say, he was more disciplined. They saw as if they saw this coming, so they didn't leave that man, open, which I think is what the Eagles were expecting. So better preparation.
Someone else who had a quiet game was Jarran Reed, and we'll see it better in this. We'll see it better in this look here. But Jarran Reed's getting pinned down by 2 linemen, and then comes Mafe or Wagner actually to come help close that up. It's either Mafe or Wagner. I don't know. They both wear near the same jersey. It's actually Wagner, who helps close that up, along with Julian Love, who also had a great game, minus a few small mistakes. But they try and pinch down here on Reed. Doesn't really do a good job. Jason Kelce, we'll see a few times. He's kind of old. Throws an elbow, kind of stumbles around. Again, really good job by Jarran Reed keeping the contain. And we're gonna have the second play here. When we talk about setting the tone, the Eagles do, we talked about how they like to run these empty formation QB keepers, right? With a lead blocker, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to line a lot of these playmakers, make it seem like they could be throwing a fade out here to Jalen Hurts, but in reality, when they're lined up on this hash mark, odds are Jason Kelce's going to run out here, and Jalen Hurts, being the quarterback with the 4-year-old's IQ, is follow the leader, right? You follow the leader. And follow the leader, follow the blockers. They have Seattle
right
lined up
into Seattle's defense.
Right into Seattle's defense, which is actually on their weak side, right? The weak side, the left side. The majority of the defenders are sitting on the right side of the ball, which makes this play actually really successful for Philadelphia, and it pretty much results in a touchdown. You see here, sets it, waits for Kelce to be the lead blocker, goes out. Too little, too late for the rest of the Seahawks defenders. He slides down initially, short of the goal line, but since he wasn't touched, this was on 3rd down. Since he wasn't touched, it resulted in a score for Philadelphia.
I know that was that opening drive. One thing that was frustrating, you didn't really mention or show too much of that, but what was frustrating watching that opening drive, because they went down, it was like an 8-minute drive or something. I mean, they just went right down the field, right? And I was going, oh man, it could be a long day. But what seemed to be the part we were most vulnerable, because they were good at stopping the screens. They were pretty good at stopping some of those other plays, but those just like crossing routes in the middle, right between the linebackers and the zone, it's been like feels like it's been our Achilles all year. And I don't know why they'd stick to that, especially in that final drive, because we hadn't really showed we could stop that. But, those little 10-yard routes where the tight end, Goddard, or the receiver would just kind of find that little crease right between the 2 linebackers, and Bobby would be standing there, and he'd be a step too late getting there after he makes the catch. I don't know why that's so hard to defend, but they seem to be doing that to us all day long. Is that what it is? He's just old?
It's so bad.
I don't know.
I feel so bad. I love him. I feel so bad, but it's just
Jamal slowed down a lot too.
Yeah. Anyway,
another conversation.
All right. Well, back to it. I just something for thought.
Excuse the background.
We got fans in the background.
Yeah, we do have my biggest fans. The little Seahawks fans are in the background. Excuse the noises. You may be able to see them. Oh, I can never have a clean stream, man. This isn't fair.
You weren't on camera.
Fair. It's not fair for me.
Where'd they go? Is it he or
what
she?
What happened?
There's a he and there's a she. They're both playing covering right now.
Who is it back there? You might as well introduce who it is.
No, I'm not doing. Don't get excited.
No, you don't have to bring them out, but just tell me who is in the background. Your siblings, right?
Norb's gonna want to have more children after this, guys.
No.
No.
I'm just curious who it is.
No.
They're
Your
my
youngest brother and sister?
The youngest brother and sister, yes.
Oh, so cute, Sky High.
They both
the big bro who's gonna be piloting his younger brother sister around the country.
So can they leave now? Can somebody come corral them? Hello. Yes.
Oh, look, she wants to be part of the NorbFam broadcast.
I can't do this.
She could do her coloring on your chart showing where the routes are and stuff. But she'll probably draw like Old MacDonald with a chicken. Yeah, it would be like a chicken and a
all right. Let's get to the next
cow
play.
And a horse,
chicken and a cow, dog, a car. Beep beep.
All right,
beep.
Your next play.
All right, so this is, I think, on the Seahawks' first possession. This is actually a pretty similar formation that the Eagles run, right? 7-man front, empty formation, sort of giving the Eagles their same look. Lockett, obviously, in motion. He's going to run a nice little sit-down route. And Locke really does a good job staying in the pocket and absorbing and not absorbing is the word. The word I'm looking for is being patient and finding his receiver who's just going to kind of come down and crash pad over it's Lockett. So he's going to crash pad right over this soft spot right here and pick up the first down. So we'll take a quick look at it, show how right I am about it. Lock, Eagles show blitz. They back off, which is it's the 3-man route concept. So you have to fit it in if you are going to throw it. And he really makes a nice throw. And I think the broadcast doesn't give us due credit. Lockett does a little bowling celebration about how tight and how quick this throw was. And this is one of Lock's better throws of the night. You see, he sits, the pocket waits, has plenty of time. Zip right there. Defender is just like a half a second late.
I thought he
does a really good job.
Lock's kind of cadence and just pocket presence was very showed a lot of confidence, and I thought he did really good at that. And you see some backup quarterbacks who are just kind of paranoid running around.
Yeah, they got jittery feet back there. He only got sacked twice, right? I know he got sacked one time going left to right, and that one that where he kind of barely got the knee down as he was kind of throwing that up for grabs, close to the inside Eagle territory. But otherwise, he seemed to be pretty well protected. He didn't seem like he was under a lot of duress. As we've seen Geno most of the year, it seemed like Geno's that pocket was constantly collapsing. So I don't know if the Lions just played better. Or...
Norb, that was the first game where we had 5 starters on the offensive line play 100% of the snaps.
There we go.
Especially
we haven't really
talked
about that. That's true. That's a good point. That's a good point.
And if you didn't notice, Anthony Bradford's now in the starting lineup.
Yes, Anthony Bradford's back in. He missed a couple things. He wasn't perfect, but
he's a rookie, but he's got promise.
Yes. No, that's a good point. It's nice to have that coming together at the end here. All right, keep going there, Sky.
All right, I apologize about the noise again.
Yeah, come on, let's go.
They should be leaving. There they go. Bye. Thank you for saying goodbye. How cute. Where do I find out that they were sent intentionally? Okay, next play is one of the more interesting plays that occurred. I think that isn't talked about, and it's the batting play that everybody was like complaining about. Oh, it's stupid. Why do you get penalized for the batting play? Well, the ball plants down here, so it's going to be marked at the 14-yard line or wherever the defender touches it. He bats it. Radigan, I believe that's John Radigan, bats it, or somebody, Tanner Moose. I have no clue. Radigan. He bats it, and it nearly goes into the end zone. So what you can't do here is you can't bat the ball. And we saw this in an example with the 2015 game against the Lions where KJ Wright batted the ball out of the end zone. The refs completely forgot that was a rule and that they needed to flag it. They didn't do it. It resulted in a touchback. So even though Radigan is not trying to intentionally put the ball further, he just bats the ball down to down it. You can't do that. It's a simple against the rules. Derek Young, you see there's just lying on the floor. Ow, I'm in pain. Help me up. Stop waving. Help me up. So it's a simple batting foul. It's a 5-yard foul and it resulted in a re-kick anyway. But you can't do that. So people were wondering, it's sort of a rules thing. You're not allowed to bat the ball. Here we go. So we talked about, we talk about how the Eagles, when they like to use single shotgun formation here and like to have a lead blocker, well, what's going to happen is they bunch everyone up here, really draw everyone's attention towards a possible combo route. And while they're just going to have the tight end leak out and Hurts come in and follow with this QB keeper. Now, be in mind, Seattle plays this well, right? Hurts does a poor job of he either runs to the wrong side or he doesn't follow his blocker, because if he does follow his blocker, he's going one-on-one with Quandre Diggs out in the secondary. Instead, he chooses the other gap, and Seattle plugs it well. Leonard Williams, you ain't out wrestling Leonard Williams. I don't care how big of a guy you are.
But isn't this the play that CMC on the Manning show actually said he was going to go left and he didn't go left?
It's the one that
if he went the way CMC said to go, he would have actually, like you said, probably bounced it and gone for big.
This is also the play that I predicted would happen in front of my brother, and he was like, ooh. But yeah, he should have gone left. Maybe there was some sort of confusion. But the fact that you can call this play out as an offensive player, who doesn't spend majority of the time watching offensive film. And the fact that I could call it out knowing that this was going to happen and that Seattle played this well, I would like to say it's a bit concerning from Philadelphia's perspective. I think Joe Buck or Troy Aikman brought it up in the pregame how Philadelphia will give you a bunch of looks here. Obviously, we got all these looks, but some of these plays were really easy for Seattle's defense, considering they did a good job stopping the run, stopping the pass to decipher. So maybe that's kind of where Philadelphia's issues lie offensively, is the lack of creativity, which is something I think is.
But like you said, if he goes left, he probably gets big yardage on there. It could be one of those things too, like the tush push. Everybody knows it's coming, right? But can you actually stop it? Now, if they ran that the right way, maybe we can't stop it, even though they know it's coming. I mean, maybe that's the sort of arrogant mentality that they have. Is like, we know you know what we're going to do. Let's see if you can stop us. Unfortunately, they kind of ran it incorrectly, and we did stop them on that particular drive.
Sounds like Nick Sirianni.
Yeah, it does.
Big Dom DeSandro.
Yeah.
Nick knows that. All right. So this is later on in the drive. They end up getting the first down. And this is a really good job by Quandre Diggs. And you see him from the secondary. He knows it all the way. He knows he's either he's selling out for that run play here. And that's exactly what happens. Initial stumble up. And Quandre Diggs, we talk about why I think he's still one of a good. I think he's still a good tackling player, but also in the sense that he had his best game today of the season. He's had a quiet season. He's had a pretty bad season overall. Seahawks Twitter hasn't been too happy with him, but he's done a good job, and that's a really good tackle, especially for a little guy. Wrap that ankle, drop him down, drop him down to the ground. Sort of almost gator roll him. And
they just seem to tackle better in general, which is good because we're going to need that next week.
Coming to view here. Boom. Drop down. Good tackle.
Artie Burns had a good game, too.
He did have a good game. Mommy Artie. Here we... Oh, my gosh, bro. All right, so here we go again. This is the Seahawks on offense. Again, I talk about when Jake Bobo's in the game, it's more than along with 13 personnel, it's more than likely going to be a run play. So the Eagles should be prepared for that. I'd like to see possibly a pass look out of this, but it's likely going to be a run play, get the tight end out in motion. So similar to what the Eagles have done, right? And similar to what the Eagles have done, have that lead blocker in motion. But not only do we have one lead blocker, we have one of our most successful style of plays is when we have Lewis on the wham block, and when Damian Lewis comes out of his guard position and becomes that true lead blocker to create the gap, and Disley comes over and hits his block. It's a really creative and smart blocking scheme that we've had great success with this year, and we saw it a lot, especially on that drive to start the second half. We saw it a lot in the second half, and you see Ken Walker. I think Seattle has a vision for him where they don't want him making those insane plays where he has to cut back a bunch of times. They want him to get a hole, find the hole, burst through the hole, because he's an incredibly fast player when it comes to that. And you'll see it here. Parkinson in motion. They seal off everyone. At that point, Walker's just like a bowling ball. He comes in front of everyone, and he will just boom, lower the shoulder.
Isn't that similar to the design on where he scored the touchdown?
Yes, it's similar. Actually, the touchdown play involves our favorite formation, Norb, that we'll get to in a little bit.
Okay, all right.
So we'll continue on here. Play number 10. Seattle's on offense here. This is a third down. Drew Lock, again, one of the more impressive throws of the day. He's going to sit. He's going to have poise. Seattle runs this trips concept essentially here to try and scramble the receivers, and he just sits and is patient, and he waits, and he throws the ball at the near perfect time and near perfect spot, only where Jackson Smith and Jigba can go up and make that catch. And we're going to see that here. No formation, no movement before the snap. Sits in the pocket, fires right at the right time. And for a split second, had he had a second more of time, Noah Fant want to get it back a little earlier. His eyes are already on Smith and Jigba. Noah Fant maybe comes open in the end zone.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't want to make that assumption because of the safety.
It's all about what that safety, yeah.
It's all about what that safety does. But again, it's an incredibly smart play and a very successful play.
Are you going to say it? Jose, are you going to say it?
I'll say it. That's Shane's famous recipe right there.
Yeah, there you go.
That's Waldron's called it. That's some home cooking right there. Jesus, get Vivek Ramaswamy off my thing. So there's Jackson Smith and Jigba. You can kind of see what he's seeing there. And he gets that first down. Just a really
I think Fant could get that touchdown. The safety is late moving, and Fant's got a full head of steam. I think he could have got him with a pass.
He has made some crazy plays. Again, one of the more unique plays that Seattle will run. You got that 2 tight end set here, and then Walker. I think this was just to start a second half. It was 2 wide receiver split. Walker goes in motion right to signal zone or man. It's a signal zone. Who cares if it's a signal or not? Because I guarantee you when the Eagles are watching film, they're not thinking this ball's coming to him. But when you get 2 lead blockers out front here, the ball 100% is going to Ken Walker. And it's those simple throws. Ken Walker out in space. Hassan Reddick's not going to make the play. Seal that gap off. Get that hole. If Kevin Byard misses this tackle, which he doesn't, Ken Walker's got a touchdown, but it's a good, smart, creative, instinctive play to get the Seahawks going in this second half. And I don't have that angle of it, but it's just, again, we talk about Shane's famous recipe. And we talk about, hey, let's see more of those kinds of plays, right? Something that we sort of really haven't seen in the past few weeks, the creativeness, getting people out in open space. And you have to make sure you execute on that, right? And you have to make sure you're being successful on that because that's not going to be 600% successful like that on all defenses unless you execute and mix the variety of plays in the same formations to get the defense guessing like that. Again, a play like that against San Francisco likely goes for 2 or 3 yards. So you have to be careful in terms of what you run here. Take a look at this play again here. Ken Walker again. That set first drive for the second half was just a beautiful play. Drew Lock gets pounded here.
Amazing.
Boom. Whoop. Shaq Leonard missed, probably out of shape because he hadn't played in a while.
I remember when he first made that throw, I thought, 6-yard loss. Somehow K9 gets out of it.
There's no need to tell us straight, no need anything.
That Barry Sanders, the shiftiness. Look at that shift.
That gotcha ankles. Oh, gotcha ankles. That is a beautiful play.
He's so good at the lateral moves.
Walker. He's such a good improviser. That's what makes him such a great playmaker, an absolute steal.
Yeah, to think we got him in the second round.
Is this the play? Here we go. Oh, this is the play. That's right. This is the play.
This is our favorite formation because we call it the SMG formation. Fortnite Battle Pass, or we could call it like the dog formation or whatever you call it. Boom, 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 boom. Right? I hate to be doing this. Don't demonetize us because I'm talking about guns. But yeah, this is the SMG formation, like to call it. Get those lead blockers out in front again, and true block is what we call him now. Is what we'll see as well. We'll get him out in space, and Ken Walker. Just watch Ken Walker. Just watch the beauty of it. Lead blocker seals off Brandon Graham. I mean, he's like a little midget, man. You can't go at. You can't stop this guy. People's hands are in the air. The camera's shaking. It's loud.
Look at the cut he makes though. When he bounces outside, he makes another cut.
Nick, if I was going to be sick and miss this game, there you go. If I was going to be sick, Nick, and miss this game, Lock seals the block there. I would have still gone to the game, man. I would have. Yeah, I still would have. I would have been like, screw it.
Now I've gone to my fair share of Seahawks games sick, yeah, so we'll just say I was pretty out of it.
Yeah. Nick was
drunk.
I was regretting.
Nick was drunk on the NyQuil.
Definitely a hard one to wish we would have been at.
Yeah. So there we go. Go to the next one here. We're going to talk about Leonard Williams again, and the Eagles are going to run a little misdirection screen, a little weak side screen. And it's almost like a mini Texas route screen, except the problem is the Eagles or DeAndre Swift is going to receive this ball at the worst possible point And either way, this play isn't going to work. Jordan Brooks is here. Everyone's here. He receives the ball at the worst possible point just for Leonard Williams to wrap him down. He had a monster game. He's been such a good acquisition. I feel like Seattle, and I know Seattle will more than likely pay him to solidify this defensive line in the offseason.
Got to.
You have got
it's
to
just
pay.
nice that he finally got to enjoy a win. It's like he came over here and just lost 4 straight games. It's like, oh,
when was his first? Was the Rams game his first game?
I don't think so. I think I want to say it was the Browns game. That was his
that's
first
right.
game.
Yeah, because
so I guess he has I thought he was all just experienced all losses.
He has a couple wins under his belt, and speaking highly of Pete Carroll as people usually do.
Yeah.
Go, Nick. What were you gonna say, Nick?
I was just gonna say. I mean, coming from the Giants too, he's really had up to this point kind of a rough season.
Tommy DeVito, man. You know.
Yeah, Chef Jack Attack.
They've ruined the Giants for me. Italian brothers.
Big year for Italian in the NFL.
Big year for Italy.
What's that guy? The Eagles
Big
guy.
Big Dom. Nick Sirianni, Big Dom, bro. Everybody loves Big Dom for some reason. He's the favorite. No,
he got quite the upgrade up in the booth.
Yeah, quite the upgrade. He's protecting the owner now. I mean, only New York and Philadelphia teams would hire private security. That's Italian for the Italian head coach for the sideline. So yeah, this is another Ken Walker amazing run here, and whoop, slip out of that tackle again. No need to tell us straight, mommy. Ken Walker is him, and originally the gap isn't closed, but this is one of those plays where you try and sift open that gap. Oh. Whoop, whoop, whoop. He's got the Michael Jackson move. Yeah. He's got the Michael Jackson moves. Look at that guy with the X on his shirt, the ball guy. Here, take my balls. No, you don't want my balls. He rejected me. He didn't. One of those guys got his leg broke by Alvin Kamara. Again, 3 tight end, 13 personnel formation. We saw this exact formation earlier in the game. We saw it earlier with the plays. What is it a result of? Get the guy in motion moving. It's literally the exact same run play that we saw earlier in the quarter. And the Eagles get burnt on it again. I mean, if you're in the booth, if you're Sean Desai, you probably have to recognize this and be like, well, we can't tell them that this is going to happen again, but this happened to them again. They crashed down way too early. Ken Walker gets the burst of speed. Really, really, really nice play and effort. Jake Bobo in there getting that run block.
Of course, when the play is executed perfectly, man on a man, and you win your one-on-one, that's just what happens. Everybody got a block. Look at that. Everybody's got their man.
Parkinson misses his block, but it doesn't matter. It still opens up the gap because the fact that he's there seals him off from the play.
I will say, though, Hassan Reddick did really chase him down. So having made that block would have been pretty nice.
Yes.
But
that's a good point.
Nonetheless, that gives you another, 5 yards?
So again, as the point is, just because they might know it's coming doesn't mean they can just stop it, because
exactly
if they still got to stop it. Oh, we know what this play is.
I like this play.
Everybody likes this play, especially when the refs finally let us get away.
I love this play.
With defensive holding and pass interference. Woo! I like hearing that. All right, this is going to be a simple concept skinny post concept route that Jalen Hurts is going to want to kind of reel his receiver out into the corner. Picture this is the end zone. It's got the logo. That's the Seahawk logo. There's the letters.
It's like an elephant.
There's Mr. and Mrs. Seahawk. There's a guy that wears the hat with the Seahawk logo. But yeah, they're all back there. It does not look like an elephant. Don't disrespect my Seahawks.
Captain Seahawk.
Julian Love had his best game of the day. And you see here, these safeties don't get burnt. Jamal Adams, as he's down there, which is where Jamal Adams will be playing, does he get burnt? Probably.
He's probably 5 yards behind him.
What allows Julian Love to get away with this penalty here as well is the ref is chasing him down. He really can't see. His view's obstructed. Ball hawk skills. Get that interception.
How many times?
Plus, he's looking back at the ball. I think that makes a big difference. When you're looking back for the ball, it's a lot less. You look a lot less guilty than when you're just chasing the guy down and then you're doing all that hand fighting.
Well, also,
go ahead, Nick.
I counted 4 times where Philadelphia clearly jumped off sides and it wasn't called.
Oh my God! So false starts, yes.
Balance it out.
Clearly see here, it's clearly easier to make an interception when it's coming onto your strong side shoulder. If this ball was coming over here, then Julian Love has a much tougher play unless his left side is his dominant hand side. But it looks like from here that he had a pretty easy read and beat on it. And as you can see here, the ball's kind of overruns it just a tiny bit and picks it off in the end zone. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful play. Move on to play number 18 as we hustle along here. This is in the final possession for the Eagles here in this fourth quarter. We talked about how Leonard Williams came up big. It looked like at this point that the Eagles may have the ability to wear down this defense, possibly run up the clock. But Seattle does such a great job. Yeah, this was the game.
If they get first down, the game's over. We don't even get to see that magical drive. So this was such an important play.
Seattle's seen this formation before. Possibility that they have the runouts, that they have the run outside in the read option. So it's a matter of staying true to your assignment. It's a matter of staying home and not overcommitting. Boyamafe does a good job, and he's able to wrap up along with Leonard Williams. That's a loss. That's a huge play because this brings up third down, which brings up the circus play that comes up next.
Oh, sorry, I got it mixed up. I thought that was the third play. Never mind. I was one play.
And Leonard Williams does a good job. Gets it third down. Gets this crowd roaring over 115 decibels at that point. And third down. And then we talked about it here, right?
This is the play, right? This is the running around.
We get back.
This
to our.
This is Bobby's speed here. I'll just say that.
This will show Bobby's speed. Yes.
Yeah.
Seattle's showing blitz, right? And if Philadelphia is able to protect, there's a possibility that I thought that this could be a QB keeper. But you also have 5 wide receivers out here, and they're all going to suddenly go into a scramble drill at some point. I thought it possibly could be a QB keeper, and in actuality, it was a pass. And Hurts is first. Hurts really, if he gets the ball here, odds are it's not a first down. But Seattle gets home on the blitz, and that's exactly what happens. So here you go. Stanford band, making everybody move around. Devontae Smith for a second gets open. He starts calling for the ball. Maybe not a wise throw, possibly from there. Nobody's open. Maybe you can throw it here. Throw it incomplete, short of the sticks.
I think that's a tough throw because he's shifted direction. He's going left to right or right to left, and man his face, and he's going to try to make that an accurate throw across his body. It seems like a tough. If it was the other way, it might be would have been a little more doable. But the
crowd is loud. Crowd is cheering. Adrenaline's pumping through your soul. I don't know what was going on. I like to say this. By the way, Norb, since you guys missed the game, you also missed the sick light show entrance that they did as usual.
I kind of saw it. I've seen it on multiple videos that people shot on their phones, but you can kind of see it in the broadcast in the background.
Yeah.
It pretty much went to darkness and had the lights. I mean, I saw it the first time on the Thanksgiving game, so I kind of knew what it was going to look like. Obviously missed the real one for this night, but
it's awesome, right?
It is awesome.
And the guy, they had some, I don't know what was going on third down. The PA guy had some magnifier on his voice, so it would kind of sound a little more deeper when he got third, and then it was like an after effect that made it like, oh, I noticed that. That was really, I keep repeating it now all of a sudden, but I thought that was a cool test. All right, so here we go. Drew Lock's big drive. This is, we're in the final moments of this game, and I think Troy Aikman brought it up when if Drew Lock hits DK Metcalf on this slant route inside, the safety's back here. There's a chance DK Metcalf with his speed does score. I mean, I'm being honest with you. I'm being real with y'all here. There's a hard chance that he scores here.
Kind of like the Cowboys slant.
Yep. Lock sits patiently. He knows he's going to get hit. Fires it right there. He kind of really doesn't have the time to get it into him in stride. But if he does, I mean,
that wide open split safeties off to the races.
Nick?
Right?
Nick's been quiet. If he runs,
Nick's disconnected for the moment.
Troubleshooting really quick. I'm with you guys.
Oh well, no, poor Nick. Oh no. So yeah, he hits DK in stride. That's possibly a touchdown because the safety's got his feet set over here. So this is a severe possible touchdown, but it doesn't matter, right? It's a big throw on second down. The fact that he's able to fit that into him, good, gets this play going. I'm telling myself on the move your ass, spike the ball. Come on, yeah, get off me. DK says, move your ass. Come on.
It's actually good that he didn't score because that would have given Philadelphia the ball with like a minute 40 something left as opposed to 28 seconds or whatever it was when they finally did get the ball back.
Good diving catch. Drew Lock comes up, calls about the most basic play that you can have on a huddle, no huddle play here. Sets it. Everybody gets set. It's going to be a nice little out route to Noah Fant here. Little out routes here. Corners to work the boundary. Fake off of 5 yards. Obviously, the next play that happens is the DK Metcalf seat of his pants play. But we're going to go here to third down.
Very close to being intercepted.
Yeah, did you think it was intercepted, Norb?
No, I didn't think it was. I thought it was incomplete, but watching it later, it's like, man, that dude had inside leverage. If he just gets his hands underneath the ball and keeps it from getting to DK, he could have had a pick. He was in position to have a pick, so we got lucky on that one.
We talked about how it's third down here, and more than likely you got to get the ball to your playmaker and on a one-on-one situation. And the safety does a poor job of shadowing. He kind of cracks down here and then kind of goes up real late to this go route by DK Metcalf. And obviously Metcalf is the only target here. The intended target. Lock's eyes are facing him all the way. His eyes are actually on the safety, right? And as soon as he twists his hips, that ball's out for Lock. Maybe he can get it to Charbonnet if at worst, but that ball's out. DK Metcalf, Bradbury really kind of gets beat on the step, and DK Metcalf just, instead of going up and risking trying, and instead of going up, we'll see it on the other angle here. Actually, it'd be easier. Instead of going up and trying to like grab it with two hands, he lets that thing hit him in the chest. So DK and only DK can make that play, right? If somebody's going to knock that out, it'd have to be brute force or brute hit to him, possibly a penalty if that happens, but he kind of basket catches that. And he does a really, really, really good job. Oh, I hear static friction now. So with that,
great throw, great catch.
With that being said, he sets us up for this play. It's another third down. Charbonnet's in the backfield. Seattle's lined up. They're playmakers to the weak side. So the goal of this is to get the safety to really sort of double team Metcalf. And at that point, you got JSN, who's one of your fastest receivers. At this point, it's just mix and match with your playmakers, right? If DK Metcalf's on this side, he's getting double teamed, right? You don't have that one-on-one opportunity. You have JSN on this side. There's an opportunity that if you run DK Metcalf into this, into this area, that leaves for a one-on-one for JSN to really breeze by Bradbury, and it leaves him all alone on an island. And that's exactly what happens, pretty much, as you can see here. That's pretty much exactly what happens. We'll watch it now. Lock, he's got his eyes just centered the whole way. The safety comes down to try and either go after Charbonnet or double team. By the time Lock sees that ball's By the time Lock sees that ball's out. And I just want to comment on the beautiful catch by Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Oh, yeah.
Holy moly. He Velcroed that thing in. He has got some strong hands, and he is worth that first-round pick. And
thank goodness for those sticky gloves, too.
We'll see it, too. Block really puts the ball.
Certainly helped.
He puts it in the only spot that Jason can get it. You see the ball Jason, instead of the ball coming in at the Seahawk logo, it sort of trails off into this corner where he can do the toe tap, makes the catch. Everybody's cheering. Hooray, right? Hooray. So yeah, that happens. And before we get to the final play, Hawks fans, we all talked about how, why wasn't Jalen Carter a Hawk, right? Well, we love Devon Witherspoon, right? Devon Witherspoon's great and all. But here's Damian Lewis going head on in a field goal attempt by us against Jalen Carter, number 98, right here. Right there. That's him. Oh!
He almost got that.
He
got flipped.
He got rock bottom, man. He just hit him with a rock bottom by Damian Lewis. And he's just like, get out of my way. Move, bitch. Get out of my way. That's what he said right there. With that being said, let's end the play on a defensive masterpiece. For some reason, Philadelphia and Jalen Hurts are going to try and push this ball down the field.
Yeah,
and so they've got everybody.
Like, you only need a field goal.
Exactly.
You have a really good kicker.
And you got a kicker who can make it from 61 in a blizzard or in a monsoon. So, yeah, all they had to do is get to about the 42-yard line.
He's got time, and if he wants to, he's got Kenneth Gainwell out in here. And if he dumps it off short to Kenneth Gainwell, possibility that he's got a blocker. I mean, he's got blockers. There's a possibility that he gets near this area, and instead Hurts goes for the long one for some reason. Trying to give A.J. Brown a step. Oh, there's everybody cheering with their hands in the air. Intercepted. Pete Carroll. Look at Pete Carroll. We'll see it better in this angle. Love puts the cap on it. Everybody's like, intercepted. Witherspoon's like, my hit may hurt, but I'm going right after you. You know that. Nate Carroll, Coach Carroll's son, if you didn't know, pointing the other way. Somebody else going after it. Pete Carroll's got the headset off already. He's like going crazy as he usually is. Okay, get Rudy Giuliani and Oppenheimer off my screen. He's going crazy as he usually does, and the Seahawks win the game. Best formation in football right there. Victory formation. And that's
all right. Well, I know a lot of people are jumping off now to watch that Thursday night game. So let's do a quick, I guess, analysis and score prediction for this Titans game. And Nick, we lost your mic.
Uh-oh.
So you sound very distant and muffled, just so you know. But I guess I'll start while you work on that, because I know Sky High likes to do his dramatics. So
how does
there
it
you
sound
go.
now?
That's better. That's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
For some reason it connected to my camera. Camera.
Okay, there you go. So, Nick, why don't you start? Just give me your kind of elevator pitch on how the Seahawks are going to beat the Titans and what your score.
Really,
and
how they're going to beat them is sticking to what they're doing well. Because the Titans, they're what, a 5-9 team. They're not super great. Yep. Sticking to the basics and doing what we saw against Philadelphia. Really stopping the run. They have Derrick Henry, and then on offense, just keep it going. Titans don't have that amazing of a team or a defense. So do what you've done that has gotten you this far. Execute. Don't be dumb. Oh, score prediction?
Yeah.
Okay. No. Okay. No. Yeah. No score prediction.
I don't know. Where's Norb? Norb's the.
Oh, I'm sorry. Leader. I was muted. I muted myself. Go ahead. Yes. Let's do your score prediction.
Okay. So I really don't think it's going to be that entertaining of a game. I think it's kind of going to be like a Commander-ish game where, a little low scoring, not really amazing football like we've seen last week. I have a 13-6 victory for the Seattle Seahawks. Very low scoring. I don't think it's going to be that entertaining, guys. I'm warning you.
Wow. Okay, 13-6. Well, we'll take it in any shape or form. All right, I'll go on this because we got to save Sky High for his. So my prediction on this, I got to stick with my music prediction video score that I've made way back in August. So as far as the key to this game, I'm not like everybody else thinking that this is going to be some blowout. People are like, oh, it's not even going to be close. You said it wouldn't be entertaining. It'll be like the Commanders game. Well, the Commanders game came down to a game-winning field goal. I mean, that was tight football.
Yeah,
nail
but,
biter.
I mean, it wasn't on the level of like a Dallas team where the Commanders aren't really that good of a team. We weren't really playing that great of football.
We played down to the level for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
That's what
all right. So going to defeat the Titans, just a warning to everybody and your expectations. Not that the team cares what I have to say about this, but more from a fan standpoint. I don't think historically we've struggled against the Titans. Remember the last time we played them at home? It was that game where we came out started way big time lead and we somehow gave it up. And I think we ended up going to overtime and losing that game. Derrick Henry started turning on the Jets and bulldozing us over late in the game. So to me, that's what we got to stop, and we got to do our own bulldozing. So much like we did in this game against the Eagles, I think it comes back to the run game. That what we did is, I think we put the ball in the, we rushed it 20-something times for just 100 yards exactly as a team. So I've always said we need to get 20 touches, 100-plus yards, and we'll be in a position to win every time. So I hope the Seahawks will do the same thing when they get Ken Walker rolling. Usually good things come our way. So we got to do that. Obviously, like last week, protect the football, win the turnover battle, and just limit the damage from King Henry. I don't think we can stop him, but we've just got to slow him down and limit the explosive plays. Don't let him just break away for 50, 60 yards. 'Cause I think if they have to noodle their way down the field slowly, meticulously, it's not the kind of, I don't think they've got the firepower to sprint ahead and get away from us, as opposed to we do have that ability with the weapons that we have. So, so the defense has got to play like they did. And biggest thing on defense, we got to tackle. We got to tackle well. We tackled well this last game. We haven't tackled well most of the season. So if they can tackle well like they did against the Eagles, commit to the run, win the turnover battle, and don't give up the explosives, I think we'll win this game. My score prediction, as I said in my music prediction video, well, let me just play that music prediction video. You can see what I said.
Yeah, that's
one for the Titans, two for the Hawks. We get hype now, go Hawks, go and
it's my dad, of course. Biggest Elvis fan I know.
Whoa, look at them knees. Way.
Step on your feet, step down the hill all over the place. We're doing the thing we wanna do. Oh, honey, no way we gonna lose, so don't you step out my blue and green shoe. You can do anything off of my blue and green shoe. Well, I'm blue and green shoes, yeah. I'm blue and green shoes, baby. I'm blue and green shoes, yeah. I'm blue and green shoes. We can do anything, stay off of my blue and green shoes.
Good editing there on Elvis.
There you go. That was Blue Suede Shoes parody, of course, of the one and only King of Rock, I should say. King of Rock, my dad's favorite. The last time I think it was the last time we played in Tennessee was in 2017. And me and my dad went down there and we got to visit Graceland, the home of the King. It was my dad's dream to see that place in person for the first and only time, probably. And unfortunately, I was on crutches because I had pulled my hamstring right before that game. Ooh. So I was wandering around Tennessee in crutches with a hamstring pull. And then we lost that game. We lost that game. I remember I was miserable too. We were at the top of the 300 level, the sun beaming down on us. We were just miserably hot.
Not a great
And then we
stadium
lost that game. It was terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. But it was a fun time. So anyway, that was my memory of it. So there you go. 24-21 is what I predicted in that in the prediction video. I'm going to stick to that. A tight game. Seahawks up by a field goal. So that gives us one more prediction. Sky High Aviation.
Oh, boy.
gentlemen, it's time for the official prediction of Sky High Aviation, the most delusional Seahawks fan. We're going to the Super Bowl this year, and I'm going to watch them. This is my trusty dusty magic ball. And inside this ball is the very, very important score prediction for this game against the Titans. Everybody wonders, what will the score prediction be? Oh, I just disappeared for a second, didn't I? What will the score prediction be? Well, let me tell you. Let me use my magic wand. Let me just find a lightning sound effect real quick. Oh, shoot. As you can see, the score prediction is formulating. Oh! It has arrived. And it is written on this nice tray. The Seahawks! Oh, the Seahawks. They will win by a score. They will win. What is this music? They will win by a score of 34-21 in a very hard-fought game for the defense. It will be a beautiful game. Geno Smith will return like he is Batman leaving the cave of bats, and the Seahawks will march out. I don't know if I can play Rocky music. Yeah, we may get copyright for that. But yes, that is my score prediction. We're gonna win, baby. We're going to Super Bowl. We're going all the way, man. We're going all the way. And I will seal this magic ball till next week. I assume we will also look at the playoff predictor next week.
Yeah, let's do our playoff predictor next week since we're already into the Amazon game. Yeah, we'll do our prediction next week after this game against the Titans. That'll leave us with 2 more games to go. So let's do that. We'll have a better idea really after tonight. Well, after this weekend, things will really be clarified as to who we need to win and what we got to do. Bottom line is, we win out, and we're in a pretty good spot. I know we don't need as much help from other teams, so we don't control our own destiny necessarily, but we certainly have a lot better shot if we do control our own destiny here.
This will be Norb's reaction if we don't make the playoffs.
That's me sick right there.
Look at that. That's a beautiful. That should be like a headshot right there. That should be the cover of his LinkedIn.
Yeah, that looks like me constipated right there.
Oh, that's sad. What about this one?
Yeah, well, so we will do this next week. I guess by the time we will speak again, we probably will have all celebrated Christmas. So I guess this is a good time to say to you guys and to everybody else, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everybody. Enjoy Thursday Night Football. And of course,
play your outro music. Play that outro music.
I will. But we got to get the win against the Titans, baby. Let's get it done.
Most wonderful time of the year.
All right. Most wonderful time of the year. Let's go 8-7. 8-7 would be great. And then I'll tell you all about what's going to be special. I'll tell you already. So, Nick, are you going to be at the game for the Steelers?
Yeah.
Okay. No way, because something special is going to happen before the game.
Ooh. How early do we
I've been finally told that the Fan of the Year recognition, since it's the last game, it's like Fan Appreciation Day. They're going to do something pre-game before the Seahawks Steelers game at home, the last home game.
Well, Norb,
so make sure you get to the building early. Get into the stadium early because I don't know what time they're doing it. I mean, hopefully not super early, like there's nobody around, but you know, or before the cheerleaders come out. It's going to be during that time before everything officially starts rolling. So you want to get there a little bit earlier than normal. So if you guys are going to be at the game, make sure you get there a little bit earlier so that you might see me out there on the field. So
what if they tell you're raising the 12th man flag, Norb?
I'm not getting my hopes up. I would have known about that already, but no, that ain't happening. I wish.
They should have done it at halftime.
I know, but
you got to record the whole thing. Record the whole thing.
I will definitely be recording it, so it's gonna be fun.
All right.
I'm gonna have most of my family
Are you gonna give Tyler Parcher a shout out?
Yeah, come on, let's go. Tyler, during the speech.
I don't think I'm not even gonna probably even say anything. I think it's gonna be one of those things. I'm probably just gonna be like, and now introducing the Seahawks 2023 Seahawks fan, and I'll just be waving, going, hey. Probably that's about all I'm gonna do. So I don't know. They haven't told me much.
Just bring out a poster. Hello, Tyler Parcher.
Yeah. Right.
To speak. Hi.
All right. Anyway, so that's it, guys. So, NorbCam, Nick LaBow, Sky High Aviation. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, everybody. We'll see you on the next episode of Hawk Real Talk.
See you then.
Y'all next time.
Get that music.